The Galactic Council sat in their grand chamber, surrounded by alien leaders from different worlds. After 3,000 years of peace, they believed they could easily control humanity. They had decided to declare war on Earth, thinking humans would surrender without a fight. The council members, proud and confident, laughed as they discussed their plans. They were sure their advanced technology and military strength would crush any resistance. But on Earth, the atmosphere was very different. The news of the council's declaration spread quickly. People watched in shock and disbelief as their leaders gathered to respond. News anchors reported updates on every channel, showing images of the Galactic Council and their fleets. Tension filled the air. In a large conference room, the leaders of Earth gathered. They included scientists, military generals, and politicians from every corner of the globe. The mood was serious as they faced the challenge ahead. They knew they had to respond to the Council's threat quickly and effectively. The main leader, a woman named General Elena, stood up to speak. She was a strong and respected figure, known for her quick thinking and determination. "We cannot let them think we are weak," she said, her voice steady and strong. "The Galactic Council believes they can take our home without consequences. We must show them that we will fight to protect our planet." The room filled with murmurs of agreement. People nodded their heads, feeling inspired by her words. They knew the odds were against them, but they were not willing to give up. They were proud of their planet and their people. They felt a strong sense of unity, knowing they had to come together in this moment. General Elena continued, "We will not only defend our planet, but also send a message to the Council. They must understand that humanity will not be bullied or controlled. We will stand firm against their tyranny." The crowd erupted in applause, their spirits lifted. They were ready to fight back. A young scientist named Dr. Malik, who had been working on advanced technologies, stepped forward. "We have been developing new defense systems that can counter the Council's attacks. We can use our ingenuity to protect ourselves," he said. His voice was filled with excitement and hope. He believed in the power of human creativity. The leaders agreed to put all their resources into preparing for the battle ahead. They started organizing training sessions for soldiers, gathering supplies, and building up their defenses. As they planned, they also worked on a message to send back to the Galactic Council. They wanted to make it clear that humanity was not afraid. General Elena, Dr. Malik, and the others crafted a powerful statement. They included words of defiance and unity, making it clear that they would fight for their freedom and their future. This message would go out across the galaxy, showing their resolve to anyone who heard it. Finally, the time came to send the message. In a bright high-tech room, the leaders gathered around a large screen. The message was projected for all to see. General Elena stood in front of the camera, her eyes fierce and determined. "To the Galactic Council, we have received your declaration of war. You think we will bow down and surrender, but you are mistaken. We are humans, and we will not be silenced. We will fight for our planet and our freedom." As she spoke, the message was transmitted across the galaxy, reaching the Galactic Council and beyond. The leaders of the Council were taken aback. They had expected fear and surrender from Earth, not a bold declaration of resistance. The laughter that had filled the council chamber faded, replaced by shocked silence. They now realized that they had underestimated humanity. This moment marked a turning point. The council's confidence was shaken, and their plans began to change. They had thought they could easily dominate Earth, but now they knew they were up against a determined and united people. The humans had sent their message loud and clear. They were ready to fight back. After sending their bold message to the Galactic Council, Earth's leaders knew they had to prepare for war. The people were nervous, but there was also a sense of unity and determination in the air. From big cities to small towns, everyone felt the urgency of the situation. In the heart of the global capital, General Elena and her team met to discuss their next steps. They gathered in a large war room filled with maps, plans, and charts. The room was buzzing with energy as they brainstormed ways to defend their planet. Every leader knew that every second counted. General Elena spoke first. "We need to organize our forces quickly. We must train our soldiers and gather all the resources we can. Our people must know we are united against the Galactic Council." Her voice was strong, and everyone listened carefully. Dr. Malik, the young scientist, stood up with a new plan. "We can use our technology to our advantage. I've been working on a defense system that can detect incoming attacks from space. If we can set it up in key locations, we will have a better chance of protecting our cities." He was passionate, and his enthusiasm spread throughout the room. The leaders agreed that they needed to invest more in technology. They decided to create a task force that would focus on developing new weapons and defenses. Engineers and scientists from all over the world were called to work together, sharing ideas and knowledge. They all had one goal: to defend Earth. As the days passed, people across the globe joined the fight. Citizens volunteered for military service, eager to protect their homes. The streets were filled with determination and hope. Families said goodbye to their loved ones as they headed off to training camps. There were tears, but there was also pride. People knew they were part of something bigger than themselves. In the training camps, soldiers worked hard. They practiced their skills day and night, learning to work together as a team. General Elena visited the camps often, encouraging the troops. Remember, you are not just fighting for yourselves. You are fighting for all of humanity! Her words inspired them, giving them strength to keep pushing forward. Meanwhile, Dr. Malik and his team were making progress on the new defense systems. They worked in a high-tech lab surrounded by machines and screens. They developed a system that could detect enemy ships before they arrived. The scientists were excited as they tested their inventions. Every successful test brought cheers and high fives. They were making a difference. As the preparations continued, Earth's leaders held a global broadcast to unite everyone. They spoke directly to the citizens, explaining the situation and the importance of standing together. General Elena appeared on screen, her face serious but hopeful. We may be facing a powerful enemy, but we are strong. We have faced challenges before, and we will rise to this one. Let us stand together, united for our future. The message resonated with people all over the world. Communities came together, organizing support systems for soldiers and their families. Food drives, care packages, and messages of encouragement filled social media. It was a beautiful sight to see so many people working as one. In the weeks leading up to the Council's expected attack, a sense of determination grew across the planet. Citizens began to take action in their daily lives, preparing themselves mentally and physically. Schools held events to teach kids about teamwork and bravery. Neighborhoods organized watch groups to look out for each other. As the Galactic Council prepared their fleets, humans stood strong. They were ready to show their resolve and creativity. The world was changing, and every person felt it in their hearts. Finally, the day of reckoning was near. The leaders held a final meeting to go over their plans. General Elena gathered everyone once more. We have trained hard, we have worked together, and now we must show the Galactic Council that we are not afraid. When they come, we will be ready. With renewed energy, the leaders and their people prepared for the battle that lay ahead. Earth was ready to fight, and humanity's spirit shone brighter than ever. As Earth prepared for the coming battle, a surprising twist unfolded. Far from the planet, in the depths of space, other alien factions watched closely. They had long suffered under the oppressive rule of the Galactic Council and were seeking a chance to fight back. When they heard about the Council's declaration of war on humanity, they knew they had to act. In a hidden meeting place on a distant planet, leaders from various alien races gathered. Each group had a story of struggle and loss, and they all shared a common enemy, the Galactic Council. Their leader, a wise and battle-hardened warrior named Zephyr, addressed the group. The Council believes they can crush humanity easily, but we know that humans are strong and resourceful. We must help them. Together, we can take a stand against the Council's tyranny. The room buzzed with agreement. The leaders discussed their resources and skills, eager to support humanity in their fight. They planned to send ships to Earth, bringing advanced technology, intelligence, and support troops. This alliance had the potential to change the course of the battle. Back on Earth, General Elena and her team were busy strategizing when an unexpected message came through. It was from Zephyr, the leader of the alien alliance. The transmission was filled with static, but the message was clear. Humans, we are your allies. We want to help you in your fight against the Galactic Council. Together, we can show them our strength. General Elena was taken aback but excited. She quickly gathered her team to discuss the new opportunity. We have allies! This could turn the tide in our favor, she said, her eyes shining with hope. We must meet with them and discuss how they can assist us. Plans were made for a secret meeting at a safe location on Earth. Zephyr and a small group of alien representatives arrived in sleek ships, their designs unlike anything seen before. The humans stood amazed as they greeted their new allies. In the meeting room, the atmosphere was filled with excitement and anticipation. General Elena welcomed Zephyr and the other leaders. Thank you for coming. We appreciate your willingness to help us against the Galactic Council, she said, her voice steady. Zephyr nodded, looking around the room. We have faced the Council's wrath for too long. It is time for us to stand together. We bring advanced weapons and knowledge that can assist you in the fight. Together we can strategize and plan our counterattack. Dr. Malik, the young scientist, listened intently. What kind of technology do you have? He asked, eager to learn more. One of the alien leaders, a tall being with shimmering blue skin, stepped forward. We have energy shields that can protect your ships from attacks, and we can provide you with powerful weapons designed to penetrate the Council's defenses. We can also share intelligence about their fleet movements. The humans were thrilled. They discussed ways to integrate this new technology into their own plans. It was clear that this alliance would strengthen their chances in the upcoming battle. As the meeting continued, the allies began to bond. They shared stories of their struggles and victories, finding common ground in their fight against oppression. General Elena felt a sense of hope as she watched the humans and aliens work together. They were no longer alone in this battle. After hours of discussions, they finalized their plans. The aliens would provide critical support during the battle. They would coordinate their attack, combining their strengths with the human forces. Together, they would strike against the Galactic Council. As they concluded the meeting, Zephyr looked at General Elena and said, "We will fight as one. Our enemies may be powerful, but we are united. Together, we will show them that they cannot control us." The humans cheered, feeling the strength of their new alliance. They were ready to face the Galactic Council with a united front, confident in their combined abilities. In the days that followed, the aliens worked closely with the humans, sharing their technology and training alongside them. The bond between the two groups grew stronger, and the preparations for battle intensified. With allies by their side, humanity stood ready to defend their planet. They were no longer just fighting for themselves. They were fighting for freedom and justice for all who had suffered under the Galactic Council's rule. The stage was set for a battle unlike any other, and the spirits of humans and their alien allies soared with hope and determination. The day had finally come. Earth's forces, alongside their new alien allies, were ready to face the Galactic Council. The atmosphere was tense, filled with anticipation and fear. Ships from different races lined up in the sky, a colorful display of unity and strength. General Elena stood on the command ship, looking out over the vast fleet. "We have trained hard for this moment," she reminded her troops, her voice steady and strong. "Today, we fight not just for Earth, but for all who have suffered under the Council. We must show them that we are united and unafraid." The soldiers cheered, their spirits lifted. They knew this fight was important, and they were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. As the sun began to rise, the enemy fleet appeared on the horizon. Dark ships, bristling with weapons, emerged from the shadows of space. The sight sent a chill through the hearts of the soldiers, but they stood firm. The Galactic Council had underestimated humanity, and today they would see the strength of their resolve. "Prepare for battle!" General Elena commanded. Her heart raced as she took her position at the front. She glanced at her alien allies, who were equally determined. Zephyr, the alien leader, stood beside her, ready to fight for their shared cause. The battle began with a deafening roar. Laser beams lit up the sky as ships from both sides engaged in a fierce exchange. The sound of explosions and alarms filled the air. General Elena focused on her mission, giving orders to her pilots and ground troops. "Stay in formation! Target their lead ships!" The humans and their allies fought valiantly, combining their tactics and technology. The energy shields provided by the aliens absorbed many of the Council's attacks, protecting the human ships. With their new weapons, they struck back hard, hitting enemy ships with precise shots. Dr. Malik monitored the situation from the command center. He could see everything on the screens in front of him. "They're trying to flank us! We need to reposition our ships," he shouted, his voice urgent. His team quickly relayed the commands to the pilots in space. Meanwhile, on the battlefield, soldiers on the ground were also engaged. They fought bravely, using the advanced weapons given by their allies. The alien troops fought alongside them, their agility and speed a sharp contrast to the humans' strength and determination. Together, they pushed back against the Council's forces. As the battle raged on, General Elena noticed a large enemy ship moving closer to their command ship. "We need to take that ship down," she yelled. "All available fighters, concentrate your fire on that target." The pilots responded immediately, launching a coordinated attack. They flew through enemy fire, dodging blasts and weaving between ships. With precision, they aimed their weapons and unleashed a powerful barrage. The enemy ship began to falter, smoke trailing from its engines. But the Council was not backing down. They retaliated fiercely, targeting the human ships. Explosions erupted in space as some of the human vessels were struck, and the sight was heartbreaking. General Elena felt a surge of anger, but also resolve. "We cannot give up! We will not let them win!" As the battle continued, General Elena noticed a shift in the tide. The alien ships were performing astonishing maneuvers, outsmarting the enemy forces. They moved with a grace that surprised the humans. "They're amazing," she thought, filled with admiration for her allies. With a final, concentrated attack, the humans and their alien allies launched their most powerful weapons. A bright flash lit up the dark space as they struck the lead enemy ship. It exploded in a brilliant display of light, marking a turning point in the battle. The Galactic Council's forces began to retreat, realizing they were not facing an easy victory. General Elena and her team felt a wave of triumph. They had fought hard and succeeded against overwhelming odds. The first battle was theirs. As the enemy ships fled, cheers erupted from the human and alien forces. They had come together, defying expectations and proving their strength. General Elena smiled as she looked at her allies, realizing the importance of their unity. This fight was only the beginning, but it showed them that together they could achieve the impossible. The battle had changed everything. Humanity had found new allies and discovered their own power. As they celebrated their victory, they also prepared for the challenges ahead. They knew the Galactic Council would not give up easily. But now they had hope and a strong bond that would carry them forward. After their victory in the first battle, General Elena and her allies felt a renewed sense of hope. The humans and their alien friends had shown that they could stand together against the Galactic Council. Now, they needed to send a strong message to the Council and the universe: humanity would not back down. In the days following the battle, the humans and their allies worked hard to prepare for the next steps. They had gained confidence, but they knew that the Council would retaliate. General Elena called for a meeting with her team and the leaders of the alien forces. They gathered in the command center, ready to discuss their plans. "We have achieved something incredible," Elena began, looking at her allies. "But we must show the Council that we are united and ready for whatever comes next. We need to send a clear message that we will not be oppressed anymore." Zephyr, the alien leader, nodded in agreement. "Yes, we must demonstrate our strength. We can launch a coordinated strike against one of their key bases. This will show them that we are serious about fighting back." Dr. Malik spoke up. "If we hit a major base, it could weaken their forces and give us a better chance in the next battle. We must choose our target wisely." After much discussion, they decided to attack a supply base that the Council used to support their fleet. This base was crucial for their operations, and striking it would disrupt their plans significantly. General Elena felt a surge of determination as she thought about the upcoming mission. "Let's make our preparations. We need to gather all available ships and troops. This is our chance to send a strong message." The next day, as the sun rose over Earth, the fleet gathered in the skies above. Ships of all shapes and sizes, filled with brave soldiers, lined up, ready to take action. The humans and their allies worked side by side, coordinating their strategies and finalizing their plans. Excitement and nervousness filled the air as they prepared for the mission. General Elena stood on the command ship, addressing her troops. "Today we fight for freedom. We fight for those who cannot fight for themselves. We will show the Galactic Council that they cannot control us. Together we will strike hard and send a message they will never forget." The soldiers cheered, their spirits high. They felt a sense of unity and purpose, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. As they approached the enemy supply base, the tension grew. The command ship, with General Elena and Zephyr, led the fleet into battle. The base came into view, a large structure surrounded by defense turrets and ships. The sight made their hearts race. "Prepare for attack!" Elena commanded. The ships moved into position, ready to unleash their power. The battle began with a swift and coordinated assault. Laser beams and missiles filled the air as they targeted the enemy defenses. The aliens and humans worked in perfect harmony, covering each other as they fought through the enemy lines. Dr. Malik monitored the battle from the command ship, watching the screens with intense focus. "We need to take down those turrets first." "They are our biggest threat," he shouted. The pilots and soldiers responded quickly. With combined strength, they focused their fire on the turrets. One by one, the enemy defenses fell, creating a path toward the supply base. As they pressed forward, the soldiers encountered fierce resistance, but they fought bravely, driven by their desire for freedom. General Elena led her troops into the heart of the battle, her determination shining through. Finally, they reached the supply base. The massive structure loomed before them, and the time had come to deliver their message. "Target the main supply depot," Elena ordered, her voice filled with resolve. With one powerful strike, they unleashed their most potent weapons on the base. A brilliant explosion lit up the sky as the depot was destroyed. The shockwave rippled through the air, sending a clear message to the Galactic Council: humanity and their allies would not be silenced. The remaining enemy forces began to retreat, realizing they could not win this fight. The humans and their allies celebrated their hard-fought victory, knowing they had made a statement. They had disrupted the Council's operations and shown their strength. As the dust settled, General Elena and Zephyr stood together, looking out over the destruction. "We have sent them a message," Elena said, a mix of pride and determination in her voice. "We will not back down. We will fight for our freedom, and we will win." Zephyr nodded, feeling the same sense of hope. "This is only the beginning. Together we can achieve great things." The Alliance had proven that they were a force to be reckoned with. With every victory, they grew stronger, united in their fight against the Galactic Council. The battle for freedom was far from over, but they had taken a significant step forward. As they prepared to return home, the humans and their allies knew that their fight was just beginning. They were ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, together.